see all my beautiful people. Y'all know what it is, man. I hope y'all having a blessed day today, man. We finna get into today's topic, man. It's gonna be about how the Atlantic slave trade was told in reverse and how we already been here. And we've been here since the beginning of time. That we is the Aztecs, the Incas, the Mayans, and the indigenous Indians of Turtle Island. And that the only ones that came over here on boats were the Europeans, running from persecution under Queen Isabella, the Spaniards, the Dutch, the British, the French, under Queen Isabella, running from persecution in their homeland, running from slavery in their homelands, and they was sent over here. And the Moors helped them come over here. The Moors was the navigators of the sea, and they had help. They was called the Iberians for real, but we call them the Moors. And they had help from the Moors to get over here, and they took the Mississippi River as well, not the Atlantic Ocean, because that's impossible, because we all know the ocean gyres is under the sea, under the Atlantic Ocean, and the pyramids, that's under the Atlantic Ocean, the Bermuda Triangle, so ain't no way in hell they was bringing, come on man, ain't no way in hell they was bringing 12 million Africans over here on a boat, man, on sailboats. Remember back then in the 1600s, where they allegedly said they brought 12 million Africans over here on boats. Ain't no way in hell, man. Come on, man. And it takes at least 3 to 4 months to get over here, man. How you gonna feed them? How you gonna? Come on, man. They all bunched up under the ship, man, like sardines, packed up. Like, come on, man. Ain't no way in hell, man. They all would have died. If not half of them would have died. Yeah, but anyway, y'all, we been here, man. That's why Dr. King said that we was here before the Pilgrim Fathers. Before the Pilgrim Fathers landed in Plymouth, Massachusetts, which is Boston, we was here. That's why Malcolm X said Plymouth Rock can't land on us. Hold on, that's why Malcolm X said that we ain't land on Planet Rock. Plymouth Rock landed on us. You feel me? So y'all, we finna get into this video, man. Stating this shit, man. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. Cut these lights off.
Adolescent laziness. She was disturbed by what she was being asked to do, which was pretend you are a slave who has decided to escape from Louisiana to Chicago. Go on Google Chrome and find the distance you have to travel and map an escape route for you and your family. The assignment was adapted from an online curriculum, Escape from Slavery. And the more I learned about the assignment, the more angry I became. Pretending to be an enslaved person is not an emotionally neutral experience. When I've talked with my daughter...
Look, y'all, look at this false conceptual arts and images that they gave us. This is all fake conceptual arts, man. That was created by fake white European artists, man. You feel me? To install in fear. This is called fear-mongering. It's never happened.
About slavery, I've tried to express the extreme human injustice and intense suffering that millions experienced. When a child is asked to pretend to be escaping slavery, it's not just about mapping a route. It's about the horror and terror and likely death and deep injustice. it's important to appreciate how discussions of slavery are fraught for African American students in predominantly white classrooms. We are directly related to men and women who are held in intergenerational chattel bondage in this country.
Daddy, is all history different to what the teachers say?
Some of them.
Why do I have to learn it then?
Because that's what people believe.
But it's not true.
It's as true as it needs to be. You understand why.
To maintain order, to maintain cover.
Exactly. Come on, dinner time.
It's everything you wish for. Your site traffic is skyrocketing until this happens. Be careful what you wish for. Build your site on a platform that's engineered for success. So as traffic spikes, instead of overloading your servers, your site infrastructure scales to handle it. Backed up by tens of thousands of servers worldwide.
To watch all of my exclusive content not featured here on my channel, log on to my website at imjustheretomakeyouthink.com/films.
Shout out to my brother Darren for this video, man.
What's a depiction? A depiction is an old French word that is defined as a portrayal in picture or a representation in words, a portrait. What is also very important to note here is that by creating a portrait or a portrayal of a depiction, it does not have to be accurate. It is just meant to show a generalized likeness or an idea of something by way of imagination that is agreed upon. According to an 18th century painter and the founder of the Society of Arts, Sir Joshua Reynolds stated that, quote, "In portraits, the grace, and we may add, the likeness consists more in the general air than in the exact similitude of every feature." So, what does all of this have to do with the existence of slave ships? Well, that's the point. There were no official slave ships, nor were there any ships created for the intended purpose to carry only slaves. These depictions that were mysteriously given to us about these ships manipulated the mind into believing that there were actual slave ships that existed, when in reality, there is no hard evidence to support this heavily campaigned theory. Look at that. This is sad right here. Right here. Look at that. This
This is fake conceptual arts. Ain't no way in hell that many so-called Africans gonna be packed like that, man. I can't believe we bought into this shit, y'all. This shit's sad, man.
Some image you probably could Google. Look at these depictions. They want you to use your imagination. They do. So let's use our imagination. Okay, so that's about roughly 150 people. Right? I'm just going to say that. Let's give them the benefit of the doubt that they put 150 people on here, right? Got about 10 cans of beer. And I mean, yeah, I don't know. Whatever, some water. Let's say this water. Let's just say this water. Right? That's gonna be enough? Somebody in the comments make this make sense, please. Please. Somebody in the comments. You got 150 people and 10 cans of beer. That don't sound like slavery to me. They weren't in this position. They were standing up outside drinking. They enjoying themselves on that river. Oh, wait, they told you it was an ocean. My bad. We gonna get into that, though. We gonna get into that. Because, look, I'm telling you right now, every record that I grabbed, including books, they told me they came through the Mississippi River. They came through the Nile. They came through the Mississippi River. They came through the Nile. Listen to what I just said. And they keep telling you that the Nile in Africa. Okay.
No damn lie.
Who is they? You tell me who is they. You tell who is they, Dane. You tell me who they is. These anonymous writers that created this story that you call his story, because it is his story. Is it yours? You feel so bad you want to be associated with it. Like them people out there that's claiming ADOS right now. I'm going to tell you right now. American descendant of slavery, right? This is the reason why y'all can't stand me. Because I'm debunking your little claim. If you were a slave, I told you that meant that you were an indentured servant. That means you were a contracted employee. Indenture means contract. Serving, you doing a job, laborer. That's the slavery.
Right.
And it's still happening. Ain't nothing changed but your balls. Alright, hold on now. Let me keep going.
In fact, you will not find any colonial documentation that would use the term slave ship to describe their passenger ships, cargo ships, merchant vessels, or warships. This means that these stories of slave ships are contradicting themselves.
I gotta stop right here. I think I did an Easter egg Sunday on this image right here. I think I did. But, okay. I just gotta say something about this image, y'all. Where the white man at? Let's start right there. Where the white man at? Somebody. Anybody. Where's the white man? There's a little boy that's coming down with a man that look like he well dressed. Both of them actually. They portrayed him as a so-called black man. He got on white gloves. What does that mean? Oh yeah, I think I did do an Easter egg Sunday on this because I told you what that meant. That was symbolism. And I gave you the example of like when you go, for example, and the ushers will wear white gloves, passing around an offering plate. Make the connection. What's her name? Queen Elizabeth. Don't she wear gloves? What color are they? Who in charge right here in this picture? Was he of European royalty? Were the Europeans of color? This could go so many ways. And when you slow it down and pause it and really look at it and really critically think for a minute now, give yourself some time with images like this that they feed. Look at these so-called slaves chained up like that on top of each other. How is that even realistic? And these fresh and clean people coming down the steps, what, to monitor them? Or what are they doing? Are we going to assume that they are the supervisors? They got to be in on it some way if they working for whoever they working for, or you tell me. And see, that's how the story of slavery is wide open with a lot of gaps for that reason. In most cases, they want you to create your own assumption of how things went, but they just give you the skeletal line or version of the story. Once again, it goes right back to your imagination. They want you to utilize your imagination with these depictions to assist your imagination with creating the portrait, the picture in your mind. This is about control right here. It's about control. Let's keep it moving.
Because these ships were actually wooden sailboats that did not include utilitarian motors as a convenience. These motorless sailboats were originally known as rowboats that were called skiffs, dories, and wherries that were chiefly propelled by the use of sails and oars for navigating the boat even through tumultuous seas, violent winds, and unexpected climate changes. Between the 1500s and the 1800s, these rowboats were used for many things, like trading goods, or for the transportation of goods, exploration, pirateering, and of course, immigration. But just not those stories of immigration that most of you are accustomed to hearing about. And here's what I mean by that.
Look at this. Hold on. Hold on. Woo! Look at this image, y'all. Now, we would consider all these white folk. But the reason why I said it that way is because realistically, they could be different parts. They could be from different parts of Europe or even Africa and just pale skin. Now, they on the ship and it looked like they ain't even had room to stand on a deck.
Hey, y'all. These y'all real Africans that came over here, allegedly. You know that y'all Europe and Italy and Spain, that whole landmass is connected to so-called Africa. It's just up north. You can literally cross over up there to that part.
And I mean, what we gonna say? This 60, 70, 80? 1900? Keep in mind, the census started in the
But anyway, y'all, as I was saying, these are the pilgrims that migrated over here from Europe, which is northern so-called Africa. These is your Afrikaners. They was called Afrikaners.
in the year of 1790. I mean, even when it first started, it told you that the so-called free whites, or they had free whites 16 and older, then free whites 16 and under. There wasn't that many of them. You didn't see large masses come until they had boats, like ships like this, which you're seeing probably, this may be even a steamboat. So the steamboat era. Now I know if you get to Googling, they're going to...
Facts. In the 1790 census, y'all, they labeled themselves as free whites. Now, what was they free from? Free from slavery they was running from, over from their homeland. You feel me? They called this the new world so they can have a new start. You feel me? They wanted a new start, man, a fresh start. Think about it. Why they called themselves free whites? And they kept on mislabeling us as black, African, colored Negroes when they kept doing census every other years, so they can hide our identity from who we were. You feel me? Peep game, let's get it.
I'm going to tell you that the first steamboat that was commercially used was only, I think it was 1807 or something like that. Now listen to me now, but it was only 3 people that were able to afford to build steamboats in 1807. And when you further research on, you're going to notice that it didn't happen, I'm talking about commercially on a larger scale, where it was more than 3 people who owned 3 steamboats. Listen to that. It came later on, 1850s, 1860s, basically the late 1800s, is when they really started commercializing the use of steamboats. Now, once again, I want you guys to understand that prior to any of that, there were no motors on these ships. That's why they can't be called ships. They were boats. And I just told you, wherries, rowboats, row your boat. Come on, guys. It's not hard, but it's almost like people forgot how it went. And you think you about to fit people on those boats? According to the History Channel and a whole rack of other sources, their numbers that they originally used was 12.5 million enslaved Africans were brought to the Americas. I can stand here and confidently say that's impossible. They said they brought 12.5 between the 1600s and the 1800s. They're a lie. These white folks ain't start coming.
Man, I can't believe I believe that shit, y'all. I can't believe we believed that shit, man. Come on, man. Ships weren't created, like my brother Dane stated, until the 1800s, man. They claimed allegedly that they brought 12.5 million Africans in the 1600s, man, on boats. It was only steamboats, wherries, and riffs. How the fuck? I can't believe that, man. That's what conceptual arts do to us, man. To give us a false imagination. This shit crazy, man. The only motherfuckers that was coming by the hundreds and boatloads was these motherfuckers, man. Come on, man. This shit crazy.
Coming here to the time period of this picture, late 1800s. So what mass army did they have? Prior to that. They tell you about all these wars, and you know how they show you movies, war movies, show you how it was all white folk, when it wasn't that really, truthfully speaking now, wasn't that many of them. So what that mean, Dane? That means that your people was fighting their own people. That's what that means. Prove me wrong, I dare you. I did. There wasn't that many white folks in these wars. Because there wasn't that many white folks here. Hold on, before I go any further, here they go. Here go the Africans right here. Here they go. Arriving. Africans, Europeans, whatever one you want to use, here they go. Right here. So we got images of them coming. But they gotta paint pictures and engravings and watercolor pictures of you being captured from Africa. Like, come on. Who was the leader? Who started that? Who did it? Name some people. What war took place in Africa in order for that to happen? In order for white folks to come over there to capture Africans out the blue? What you think they was in the... Oh, let's think about this for now. Let's think about... Let's think about this for a second. Foreign land. Let's just say that these so-called pale faces started in Europe. Let's just say that, okay? Because I know a lot of people can twist it many different ways. But let's just say that, for example. Now, they coming over to Africa, a landmass that they're not used to, meaning that they're not accustomed with it. They don't know how people roll. They don't know any of that. So they sent explorers, aka spies, informants to go mingle with them, the people, the native or indigenous people of that landmass in Africa, to be nosy and to report it back to somebody, Christopher Columbus. But hold on, wait a minute now. It was more than just Christopher Columbus that was explorers, informants, spies. So put two and two together. Would they be sending pale faces to go look at some people of color? Or would they be sending so-called people of color to go look at so-called people of color? Because if you see a pale face just standing there looking at you, complete stranger, what you gonna do? What you gonna do right now? If you walk out in your backyard and you see a complete stranger, no matter their skin complexion, what you gonna do? You gonna stand there and, oh, hey, what you gonna do? Come on, stop playing.
Fact.
Like this ain't no ifs, ands, or buts about it. You gonna go get them. So you gonna act like that these Africans couldn't take care of themselves against what, one person? Or did they send an army? Because there wasn't that many of them, so you know they didn't send no army. What army? And how come that's not documented? And how come these Africans that's coming over here ain't repeating the same story? That's another problem. They tell you about immigration, yeah, they do, but they tell you about another part of Africa, African people moving from Africa to another part of Africa. That's it. That's immigration with an E, not immigration with an I. Two differences. You moving within the same landmass. That's what happened to our ancestors. We were moving throughout the same landmass. Did the Indian Removal Act force those people to go to Africa, or over there in California, or on the West? Pick one. You forced them to go to a different continent, or you forced them to go to the opposite side? Think. That's what this is about. And here go the white folks right here. And we can't get a picture that look like this to match this story about the transatlantic slave trade, aka the Middle Passage. I'm just here to make you think.
Okay, y'all, we finna get into Africans stating the truth, claiming the same thing we saying, that they never heard of the motherfucking slave trade ever happening in their life, and they don't even refer to their continent as Africa. We finna get into it, though. My bad for my computer acting a little slow, you know.
got a technical background, looking to go remote and get paid more, become a software engineer in 10 months with practicum. Learn to code real business.
It was not no.
Make your comeback with a community of support at Purdue Global and be more prepared than ever with caring, invested professors who share real-world experience and
It was not no goddamn well that trick was capped. My wife and I wrote a book about it. It's a book with knowledge, evidence. It's a fact, and my other books got them haters shook, cause it's helping my people take a closer look at their backgrounds in the background, showing my people where they supposed to look, showing my people where they get it from, where they hit it from, all sorts of angles. When it comes to this research, you must please first, don't trust strangers, find out all of your own. That's what I highly recommend and suggest. And if you're looking for answers and talk about me, I highly recommend you the best. Which is my website at the link you see just across the screen. Don't let it miss you. I make it simple. I double down on that black and white. It's too official. Oh, see you everyone. I'm gonna drop a bomb for y'all. Y'all been doing y'all thing, man. I appreciate all the love and support, man.
It's up.
So what we gonna be doing here, of course I'm gonna continue on uploading my new content at the same time, and in between all of those uploads, we're gonna get highlights from my past live streams, the ones that were too long, the ones that were 2 hours or longer, okay? Because there was a lot of content there that people didn't get a chance to see, and I'm noticing people were asking me, hey, can you chop that down? You know, they don't got no time to be watching no 2 hour video, and I don't blame them, you know? So, I got you. I'm gonna break it down. So now certain people will say, hey, they'll watch the whole thing. And shout out to y'all that watch the whole thing. I appreciate that. But it's a lot of, you know, people got things to do. So I got you. I'm gonna break that stuff down. I'm gonna chop them up. So in between the new videos being uploaded, I'm gonna upload the highlights of the past live streams as well. So without further ado, I'm gonna get right into it, man.
It's up.
It's go time, sir. To me, when you say Africans, when you say that, I think you speaking English. As me, as an African, when you say Africa, I know you speaking English. So first of all, Black Americans in US, whatever, okay? Seems like you are a little bit confused about Africa and other stuff.
Hold on, listen. Black Americans, it seems like you're a little bit confused about Africa and other stuff.
So, Black Americans
talk to them
in US, whatever, okay? Seems like you are a little bit confused.
He said a little bit confused.
Africa and other stuff. Because when you say Africa, first of all, what you have to know that you speaking English.
You gotta know that.
So if you have any question, the question will be like, what Africans we call
African. Woo! That's the question. Listen, the quality of your life is based on the quality of the questions you ask.
Set it on fire. Fire.
What Africans we call African. Let's go back.
The question will be like, what Africans we call African? Okay. Now, you know that Africa is not only one country. Okay? Africa is many countries. Okay? But every country have a name that they call Africa. Every country. Okay? Every country have the name that they call Africa. Okay? Okay, for instance, what Ghana call Africa?
Now, this blew my mind. Okay? This blew my mind when he told me what Ghana calls Africa. Hold on.
Every country have the name that they call Africa. Okay? Okay, for instance, what Ghana call Africa? Ghana call Africa a Bibli.
Whoa.
Okay? Okay, for instance,
I heard that, y'all. He said Ghana called Africa a blue blue. Hey man, we calling each other African Americans and black. Them all is misnomers, man. Black means without existence. African American don't even exist. They got us misclassifying each other, man. Shit's sad, man. Shit trash, man. We gotta know who he is, man.
One more time.
what Ghana call Africa? Ghana call Africa a Bibli.
Ghana call Africa a bliblum. That's a bliblum. Sound anywhere close to Africa? Listen. It's over, man. And these Pan-Africans don't want to talk about this stuff. They don't want to talk like this.
Ghana call Africa a Bibli.
A bliblum. Wow.
Okay.
Wow.
So right now, if you tell my mom, okay, my mom is old. If you tell my mom Africa, my mom don't know where Africa is. You don't know what is Africa. What is Africa?
His mom would know. His mom would not know. Y'all, come on, y'all. And you don't think that's an issue? And you over here in America talking about some Africa this, Africa that. And the people that we call Africans don't call Africa Africa. Nor do they call themselves Africans. You can't debunk that. That's coming out of their own mouth. Like, come on, bruh. You can't debunk it.
And we've been trying to tell motherfuckers that there was a white Roman emperor named Africanus that came into Africa and conquered a small a group of people that was living in northern Africa at that time. It was called the Temple of Tunisia, and them group of set of white people that was living there was called Afrikaners. You gotta get that, man. We gonna get it, man. Come on, yeah. Come on, man.
So let's go here.
And here's another African state in the same shit.
Our mission in Coding Dojo is about redefining what's possible in our students' lives. If you are interested in getting into tech,
we on it. We on demon time. We on it.
100% behind you. We'll help you get there. Coding Dojo.
You gotta put this shit in the casket.
Yo, what is up, guys? It's Africa Reacts here, and today I wanted to talk about a topic that I saw on YouTube and other
the Pan-Africans, they got so mad at me because I put this out, but he was telling the truth. And and they not the only one. You know how many Africans be begging to come on here to tell y'all what's up. And I'd be like, yo, just get on camera. Just tell it. Send it to me. I'll post it.
And today I wanted to talk about a topic that I saw on YouTube and other platforms too, from this guy named Dane Calloway and other YouTubers too, but mainly from Dane Calloway. And I just wanted to give like an African side on it, or an African perspective, whatever you want to call it. And I actually agree with this guy on what he's talking about. And the main point is that Black Americans are actually indigenous or native to the Americas. I agree with this guy 100%, not like 100, but 100%. The points he actually make like too much sense. If you're Black American and you're still like hooked to Africa, then I don't know. I don't know what to say to you, but I wanted to just
he couldn't help himself.
An African side of it. So let's start. Like me, when I was like, I came here to like the U.S. when I was 7 years old, right there. For me, I would say like when we came, I used to hear like stories about like the transatlantic slave trade, I think it's called. And I used to ask my parents, actually, I used to ask them, why don't Black Americans look like us? That's the first thing. So I do know I wasn't wrong when I was a...
Look, y'all, we can share the same hue of complexion, but we have to understand that it's different phenotypes. You feel me? Our face structure is different. We got high cheekbones, and it's, you know what I'm saying? Our structure is different. It's different phenotypes. You feel me? And can't one land, everybody want to call Africa the motherland. We all came from over there. No, we didn't. You feel me? We populated South America, and then we migrated on up to North America. I'm telling y'all, we are the ancient Olmecs. We ain't never crossed from over there to over here. Can't one landmass populate a whole nother landmass. We've been here since the beginning of time, man. Feel me? Yeah, them people over there, they might be our long lost cousins and shit, but you know, we different, man. We just different. Feel me? And I understood this when I was like kind of young, but I ain't really know at the time. But like, I'm gonna tell y'all this: my grandmother on my father's side, she full-blooded Indian, man, from New York. She married an African actually, but it wasn't until she got older, like in her late 50s and 60s. She married an African, and my grandma married an African from Nigeria, I want to say, and he came over here, and he looked totally different, man. I'm like, damn. I'm looking at my grandma's husband. I'm thinking like, damn, these are our ancestors, but like, I'm like, damn, we don't even favor, we don't none alike. You know what I'm saying? We got the same hue of complexion, but the features is just different, man. It's just, you know what I'm saying? We different, y'all. We different. Ain't no knock, but different, man. It's different.
A child, I wasn't wrong. And the second point will have to be one that Dane himself made, like, where are all the ships and all the boats? Yeah, it's not a ship, it's boats. Those are the ships back then. Where are all the boats that he used? And the third point is, if you look at Africans, or not all Africans, but West Africa, you won't find like any stories that point to any like huge slave trade. If it actually happened.
Woo! Hold on. That's important.
West Africa, you won't find.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah, it's not a ship. It's boats. There wasn't any ships back then.
That's
Where
very
are
important.
all the boats that they used? And the third point is, if you look at Africans, or not all Africans, but West Africa, you won't find like any stories that point to any like huge slave trade. If it actually happened, there would have to be like stories. Like if you go ask your great grandparents, if you're African, then they would tell you about like white men like arriving on the beaches and kidnapping people or forcing tribes to kidnap other tribes, but there's not really like stories everywhere about that. So that's another thing that makes it not valid.
Woo!
And fourth point would have to be, it is actually possible you guys are from the Americas. I'm with Dane 100%. It's not, some people view it as impossible, and I don't know why, but I'm gonna actually show you guys at the end of the video on why it's possible. And the same thing was gonna happen to South Africa too, but
Listen, that's important, a nugget, listen.
Show you guys at the end of the video on why it's possible. And the same thing was gonna happen to South Africa too, but it didn't happen all the way, so I am gonna show you guys why it's possible. It's not like impossible. And I just wanted to say, before I show that, I wanted to say, like, why are Black Americans focused on Africans like so much? I don't get this thing, like wearing like tribal clothes or dashikis, if you want to call them that. Like, it doesn't benefit your community. If you're a Black American, it doesn't benefit you. If I put myself in a Black American shoes, and let's say I believe I'm from Africa, still I would go with a Dane and pretend because just saying you're from Africa won't benefit you. You're actually calling yourself a foreigner on the land you live on.
Listen, this is it. This is it. Listen, what are you doing?
Dane all the way and pretend because just saying you're from Africa won't benefit you.
And
you're actually calling yourself a foreigner on the land you live on.
Come on, y'all! You're actually calling yourself a foreigner on the land you live on. Do you see the point? I'm from Africa, y'all. I'm from Africa, and they gonna ship you to where? Oh, my family from when you gonna start guessing? You don't got no idea, do you? You don't have no idea. And like he said, if your parent, that's why, so they talking about, don't listen to you, they don't know what they talk about, don't listen to the elders. The elders do know. Anybody that's telling you not to listen to your elders is suspect. Y'all want to call me an agent? Those people are the agents. Those people are the agents. If they sit up there saying that you shouldn't listen to your elders, they are your enemies. Direct hit. On target impact. And see, and all they doing, they mad now.
You wanna argue?
They wanna argue, right?
I can't argue with you.
What's the point? What's the point of arguing? Huh?
You mad?
They mad now?
Look at you.
Huh?
You mad? You big mad.
Man, see, the whole point is,
especially them Pan-Africans,
they don't, a lot of them know better. Some of them don't. They don't know any better. They just want to fit in with the crowd that they think is a high crowd, like it's a big crowd, and it's not. It's not. This out of Africa theory, or we came from Africa, or we're all Africans, is dying. Rest in peace.
Casting.
Nah. Rest in peace. It was a lie.
Set it on fire. 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 Fire.
Like, come on. And then you sit up there and hear, and he's not the only African, it's multiple Africans telling you that you are not. You know how many videos I got that I could play right now? Of multiple Africans telling you why, and then you gonna turn right around. What you gonna say? He not African? What you gonna say about him? Oh, he an agent just because he's speaking up the truth? What you gonna call him? A whole bunch of names? You mad now? Huh? Come to find out, you ain't even know, did you?
You do not know a goddamn thing about Africa.
You ain't know. Or you chose to ain't know. Acting like, and then you trying to make money off of our people with these lies. And it's the reason why some of them so-called Native Americans mad at me. It's the reason why some of them, not all of them, some of them, they mad at me. Because I'm telling the truth. I'm not the only one though. But I'm telling the truth. I don't have no reason to lie to you. For what? What am I going to get out of that? Tell me. Oh, he working for some agency. What agency? I put out my real name. Like, this is not a stage name. What agency I work for? Huh? Please, tell me. Just because I'm telling the truth, you try to slander my name and all the rest of this stupidity, acting like children? No, stop telling our people's lies. Stop telling our people lies. We're done with that. Our people had enough. If you really about your people, you should stand with them and tell the truth. Stand up for truth. Don't be scared. I'm catching all of y'all with your pants down, and I don't swing that way. I can't be the only one doing this. Once again, I told you, I'm going to tell it like how it is. You going to tell it how it might be. I don't care how mad y'all get, how many videos y'all come up with. Oh, he this, he that. Oh, he tried to do this, y'all. And y'all trying to make up a little, so what, and you not going to debunk this truth. So that also means you can't debunk me.
Period.
You understand?
Period.
Because as soon as you say, oh, but I'm an African, it's like, nah, you lost. You lost. Oh, but we were named after the slave masters. But we came from Africa through the transatlantic slave trade. All that stuff gotta go now. All of it. The whole thing, because you can't prove nothing. Nothing. And that's not fair, because these Africans, just the real Africans, just laughing. They like stop it. You have an identity crisis, and that's what it is, real talk. And if you really want to know who you are, why can't you ask your own people? I mean, your own family. You gonna get on the internet and lie and say you did? Okay, so how come your grandmother, your grandfather not on camera? Your great aunts, great uncles, how come they not on camera? How come y'all not on camera all grouped up, going to go visit your family members in Africa right now? How come you're not sending back some money to your family members in Africa right now? The real Africans doing that. Matter of fact, all foreigners that come here sending back money to their family in their motherlands. Right now. Right now. And the government is paying them. They getting paid. And y'all want to hurry up ahead. Now, I'm not going to change the subject, but y'all trying to hurry up and talk about reparations like something about to change, right? And they done gave foreigner after foreigner after foreigner millions after millions after billions. But you still want to talk about stuff. Not trying to get nothing done. When are you going?
You know why they give foreigners better opportunities and more money, and they don't have to really pay taxes like that, and they get set up shop and businesses over here, all these Arabs and Koreans and Chinese motherfuckers and Africans as well, because they come over here seeking asylum and they get classified as white. It's on their ID cards. Most of them, just ask them, you feel me? Or ask them to let you see their IDs, man. This shit is facts. And they doing this to boost they census numbers, man, because they really the minority, and I'm talking about Europeans, man. That's another reason why the borders is open. But that's a whole nother discussion for another day. We'll get on that. Man, shit crazy, y'all.
I'm gonna get tired of talking. Are y'all scared of something? I'm talking about the ones that's out there. Yeah, I got a big platform, but how come 2 or 3 of us can't get together? You don't see the mission behind that? How come I'm not with 2 or 3 other big YouTubers right now and we going ham right now? How come that's not happening? Knowing I can't do it on my own, right? How come we can't, like 2 or 3 of us get together? How come that can't happen? Y'all got egos and they clash over mine? Oh my, I'm an alpha. If you gotta say that you're an alpha male, you're not an alpha male. How about that? How about that? That's just like saying if you gotta say you're a murderer, you ain't a murderer. It's the same thing. If you gotta say that you gangster, you ain't a gangster. If you gotta say that you alpha male, you ain't alpha nothing. You all the way down. 0. Calling yourself an alpha male and you wanna hang on to the Greek language, but yet you complaining about white supremacy. But yet you holding up all these Freemason societies. And we gonna get together. It's a group of us, we down. Yeah, we gonna do. No, you not. No, you not. Just like any other organization, you go follow suit with who in charge, and you go by their rules and regulations. You ain't out here doing nothing for real. Betraying our people for the money. But I'm gonna take care of my family. I'm not trying to hang with you clowns. It gotta be some real men, some real women. I'm talking about real warriors, real men, real women to step up that ain't scared. That's why I said it's only gonna take 13% of us to do it. We don't need everybody. 13%. You know that's their favorite number? And it's mine now. It's my favorite number. It's our favorite number. You want to lie and say that you are so-called majority and we only 13% of the world population. Only 13% of the U.S. population. We only make 1% of the nation's wealth. You lying. We only make up 1%? Well, how come we the biggest consumers right now? So if we flip this on your head and go from consumer to owner, what's gonna happen? Hey, I'm not playing. If you for real, you can hit me on the background. You can. I'm talking about seriously. Like, don't play games just because you want to have a conversation or let's chat. You talking about some truth and we gotta get on this radio station. We gotta talk on this channel. No, we do not. We gotta get stuff done. I'm not worried about the hate. Let them hate, y'all. Y'all shouldn't be worried about it neither. Dang, this person talking about you. That person talking, let them talk about me. It's gonna, once again, make sure that you ban these people alarm clocks. Because everybody wakes up at different times. Right. Just continue to be their alarm clock. It's going to hit them right on their head. They'll wake up, give them time. They'll come back around. Hopefully by that time the 13% already set. Because I'm telling you, once they see it set, everybody else gonna follow suit. They gonna hop on, oh wait, what? And we don't have to put this out in the open. We do not. None of our moves need to be known. In fact, moves is happening right now and people didn't even know. Yeah, it's about ownership. It's about acres. It's about land allotments. I see you, Miss VIP. Yeah, that's what it's about. That's what it's about. And hold each other accountable. We all be leaders. We can all be leaders in that sense.
And let's say I believe I'm from Africa. Still, I would I would go with a Dane all the way and pretend that because just saying you're from Africa won't benefit you. You're actually calling yourself a foreigner on the land you live on. And I don't get this, like, if you're a Black American, like, all Black Americans are never, let me not say never, but are not gonna move to, like, let's say 90% of them are not gonna move to Africa. It will never happen. So might as well claim America if you want to claim Africa and there's no way to change your mind. Might as well just claim America. It doesn't make sense. If you claim Africa, you're gonna lose. And if you want to fight like for land, all of that, you're gonna lose. So if it was me in that shoes, I would just claim America. It doesn't matter if you're Black American and you really like think you're from Africa. And the facts are there if you watch the guy named Dane Calloway. So that's my perspective on it, or an African's perspective on it. If I was Black American, and I would go with Dane Calloway, even if I believed I was from Africa. It's a win-win. So I would not claim Africa. Even for me, you could say I'm an Americanized African. If I was gonna stay here, which I'm not, I'm just here to get my money. If I was gonna stay here and have kids.
See, look, they here to get their bread and get the fuck on. Today coming. That's the reason why foreigners come here, bro. We got it all here in America, dog.
He told the truth. He told the truth, didn't he? He just said he here to get his money, right?
Americanized African. If I was gonna stay here, which I'm not, I'm just here to get my money. If I was gonna stay here and have...
So he not staying here, right? Y'all heard that, right? And can you blame him? Because that's what they do. That's exactly what they do. They come in, that's any foreigner. That's just not Africans. That's any...
It doesn't take a miracle to grow plants and vegetables. It just takes some miracle grow. The hardest part of planting should be what to grow. Your local Tractor Supply has lots of plants to choose from, and of course, the Miracle Grow. Shop your local store or at tractorsupply.com.
Oh my God! What the f is that?
The moment that stands out most to me is the tattoo punishment, because it's
any foreigner. They coming over here to get their money. All for you. All for you, by the way. The majority of them getting it all for you. I bet 90% of y'all boss is a foreigner. Think about it. This is the reason why I encourage you all to own your own businesses. It's time, y'all. We gotta make the real changes.
Have kids, I would not like lead them to Africa all the way because they're gonna be here. My bloodline is gonna be here for rest of the way, so I would just teach them about American stuff. I would not lead them to African stuff. So this is what I don't get. Like, why claim Africa? It won't benefit you in any way. Even if you're, I think they're called Pan-Africanists. I would just pretend to be Aboriginal if you don't want to follow Dane Holloway. I would pretend to be Aboriginal because I think they're called Pan-Africanists. I would just pretend to be Aboriginal if you don't want to follow Dane Holloway. I would pretend to be Aboriginal because a list, it can benefit you in some way. I think following Africa is not the...
Oh, yo! I'm sorry, y'all. I'm just saying, yeah. I'm just saying. This is embarrassing, y'all. This is embarrassing.
That to be Aboriginal because a list called Pan-Africanist. Claim Africa, it won't benefit you in any way.
And he telling
Even
the
if
truth.
you're, I think they're called Pan-Africanists. I would just pretend to be Aboriginal if you don't want to follow Dane Holloway. I would pretend to be Aboriginal because a list, it can benefit you in some way. I think following Africa is not the best decision if you're a Black American. It's just useless. If you ask me, it's useless. If I was to put myself in your shoes, it's useless. Because 90% of you are now going to be in Africa, like never. The chances of that happening is so low. And I 100% believe that that's what happened, what Dane Holloway says because even when you look at West Africa, there's not stories. Like there had to be stories if this really happened.
There's not no
of, like,
stories at all.
grandparents telling their kids like don't go down to the beach, or like white men or
Remember also the comedian Godfrey, when I was on with Lord Jamar Godfrey said the same thing. It would have been stories passed down, but those stories did not exist. Come on, y'all not putting two and two together? It's not hard, Pan-Africans. Y'all gotta let this stuff go. This stuff is old now. It's been debunked. We gotta move forward.
White people are gonna kidnap you, or you're gonna get kidnapped by other tribes. There had to be like many stories if this really happened. And the boat thing, there's no way you can fit hundreds, I don't know if it's hundreds or millions of people in a boat. They're all gonna die. That's not possible. So I do go with the Dane Holloway on what he's saying. But if you're Pan-African and after this video you still believe you're from Africa, then the best thing I would advise you to do is keep that in mind if you want to, but follow Dane Holloway on the Aboriginal stuff, because that's what's really going to benefit you. Africa is not going to benefit you. And this is coming from an African. If I put myself in your shoes, there's no way Africa's going to benefit you. Maybe as an individual if you wanted to move there, but as a people, no. If you want your people to follow Africa, I would say that's the wrong way to go. That's not the right way. And I am going to show you guys what it is a possibility here. It's not even like that, but it is a high chance that you're Aboriginal and you're not African. So let me show you guys. I'm going to give you an example on South Africa. Okay, so I'm going to show you how.
Y'all have to end this a little early, y'all.
Okay,
just want to say, man, shout out to my brother Dane, man. Feel me? And shout out to all my Neezy brothers and sisters out there, man. I love y'all. Hope I gave y'all some good information today, me and brother Dane, man. And like and share and get this information out there, y'all. And add my Facebook, Shaquem McDonald, and add my Instagram, Shaquem Hassan. If y'all know how to spell Shaquem, it's S-H-A-K, 2 E's and an M. You can go add my Snapchat, Shaquem21. And what else? That's it, y'all, man. I love y'all. Y'all know what it is, man. This our shit. Remember who y'all is, man. Know who we is, man. This is our shit, man. We spiritual assassin warriors. I love y'all. Wide up.